Welcome, welcome. This is Jonas Brasco with Up the Fulham. We are doing some quick adjustments. I realized that the game had already started and I am currently a little bit behind. I have done so well of trying to get things going that sometimes no matter what I do, it just isn't going to make it. Nonetheless, I'm happy to be here. We're on a new channel this time. It was formerly on YouTube at Jonas Brasco, but we are trying to do this correctly. So as you see below, we have, sorry, switch up to the current lineups. We're up to the current lineups now. We will have the bench in a little bit. But first and foremost, making sure everyone can hear me. I'm still getting that I shrunk that. I'm still getting that webcam flicker. All right. Hopefully we are keeping it brief. We're a little behind the time, so let us catch that up with our lovely scoreboard. Seeing how far behind are. Okay, it looks like we're about a minute behind. That sounds about right. All right. Now that we are there, and there we go. There wasn't so much green. Weird thing is, I woke up like 3 hours early to prep for this stream, and still not everything's going. But as you see at the bottom, we do have some scores around Europe as well, whether it is Bundesliga, League One, Serie A. And I forgot the Portuguese one off the top of my head. But they're there. And of course, we got the English Championship, League One, and League Two as well. So there weren't any real major early matchups, and yes, you haven't heard anything out of me yet because there hasn't been much going on in the game yet. But I am looking forward to seeing what we have going. And hopefully there won't be too much craziness moving forward. But hopefully when this all said and done, we will get some more interest in this stream. And since there is no one here right now, this gives me a little bit more time to work with some stuff. So I'm going to do that. down. Okay, that seems a little bit better with the reduction. We're 6 minutes in. Again, not much has really be happening. But there is one thing that I gotta check on, and I will be right back. Hopefully nothing too crazy happens in like the next 60 seconds. All right, thank you for waiting. I forgot my glasses, and B, as always, I have to check the volume of stream because YouTube will get me on that if I do have it on the wrong one. Hmm. But right now, we are syncing. Looks like, oh, system. Man. Oh, Leicester and Oxford tied at 2-2. We're still trying to see what is Leicester's identity without a Jamie Vardy in that lineup. We're now at the a little bit further. Oh, sorry, my stream is I wouldn't behave. the dream is still there. The dream is still there of a completely flawless streak. I have to believe in that. And I like to think at one time I'm going to get there. That I will have this completely flawless stream. And, oh, that is not going to take long. Yeah, that was pretty. Yeah, that was pretty blatant. There's no excuse. Anton Snatch is gonna get a yellow for Leeds. There's again that it was pretty blatant. There's no way you could say otherwise. It's gonna be a free kick. It looks like Harry Wilson's gonna take it. I'm gonna move this out a bit. Get back on there. Set piece into the middle. Oh, Leeds defends, knocks it out. I don't know what the ref is doing. Actually, wow, I don't even want to really talk about the ref, but it has to be. Greg Pawson is the ref for this game. Since I'm in North America, I am watching the USA Network stream, but that seems to not be wanting to cooperate. I think we're now kind of getting to where we need to be, so let's try to sync all this stuff together. And no, your eyes are not deceiving you. That's just how this ended up going. So there's one thing I'm checking. All right, I think now we're yeah, it's just being a little bit choppy. We're at the 15. You're in the 16th minute right now. Still no score. Leeds is trying to get the ball inside. Fulham forces it out. Dreyeson, and it looks like it's going to be a corner for Leeds. I will say this: those Red Bull jerseys are quite interesting. I've been keeping up with the lineup. Nice free kick, centered into the box, but still nothing comes from that. But what is happening is what always, which is one of the very few things I'm never happy with when I watch Fulham, especially as of late, is the amount of the lack of possession. And while that is a well, that's a thing. It's still not enough to. Hmm. I'm trying to think as a Fulham fan, what do I do in this situation? I've been curious about Calvert Lewin, see how he's been, if the move to Leeds has helped him compared to when he was at Everton. But Leeds is definitely doing the job in the box. Keep in mind this is a home game for Fulham at Craven Cottage, but it just okay. He is good job getting him back because he was definitely offside. It looks like Bassi is able to get the ball. No, that's a Wobie. And it looks like it's going to be offsides on Leeds. And it was he definitely offsides before the play even really started. And it really didn't look like he ever and he got the ball from an offside position, so that's why that happened. We are in the 19th minute, still no score. And while Fulham is trying to push the ball up, the other thing is to have possession. One of the things that have been really bad for Fulham in these first three games is just they are not able to keep the ball. Everton, Aston Villa, no score there. Ooh, yeah. Ah, that's not good. And yeah, 60-40 possession. 120 passes for Leeds, and they're more accurate. This is what is I don't like watching Fulham this year compared to the last few years is the fact that Fulham is actually we used to complain about Fulham holding the ball too much and not shooting. The opposite seems to be Fulham not being able to actually hold on to the ball. No matter how, I mean, I'm glad Josh King got goal of the month last month against the game with Chelsea, but it's not. Oh, I am sorry for the yawning. Bassi, back out. Jason gets it into the box. Muniz goes up with a very dangerous kick, honestly. Couldn't get the ball down. Tete kicks it out. Oh, Arsenal. Okay, I did not see that game this morning. Arsenal 3-0 over Nottingham Forest. Hopefully, if anyone in the chat has been checking it out. Oh, okay. That is going to be a foul on the youngster. I mean, there's to no other way to say it. Josh King, I know that he is after that last game against Chelsea. I know he wants to come in, make a statement, but he's gonna have to calm down. We're currently in the 22nd minute, no score. Calvert Lewin has definitely been more aggressive so far, and I hope for we're starting to see warm ups already. Silva maybe not getting everything in the window that he wanted, but we do have something. Oh, whew, sorry with the yawning. Bournemouth is one up on Brighton. Okay, I did not see that coming. But at the same time, we're currently in we're currently in 18th. Well, actually, maybe not because this is 0-0. But coming into today, we were 18th. We were in those relegation places, and the last thing we want to do is panic. But we definitely need, at the fourth day, we want to see where are the goals coming from. Great block out by Fulham. We'll be trying to make something happen. It's going to be a throw in. It's okay to slow it down and try to maintain possession. This has not been. Okay, you know what? The first thing is this has not been. I don't think Fulham is in this game right now. I think those 3 points, those first 3 points, are going to be so important. But right now, it's just trying to see where it's going to come from. Also, in the 31st minute, we are going to, at least here, we're going to have a moment for Becco Lewis. He was a Fulham fan who lost his battle against cancer earlier in the month, and he was just 31. So we'll be doing that at the 31st minute. I'm going to remain silent for the entire 31st minute in his honor. But back to the action. We are still scoreless. And it looked like we were trying to be just actually a little bit aggressive there. We were onside. Muniz just couldn't get it down. couldn't get it down and control it. This is where, but it is going to be a corner. Harry Wilson is going to take this. See the cottage in the background, crowded out. Bassey has it now. Bassey's been forced back. Able to get the ball to Tete. We haven't talked much about the lineup, but as always, the question is where are the for Fulham, where are the goals going to come from? Fulham's gotten a little bit more possession at 43%, but it's still 57 on Leicester. There were matches last year where Fulham had like 60, 70% of the possession, and it was the shots on goal that were the problem. But of course, you can't shoot if you don't have the ball. And that's really what's happening now. And Bassey is down. It almost looked like he was kicked in the back. Is there going to be another card? No, Bassey is up on his feet. I'm not gonna lie, the white shorts are starting to warm up on me just a little bit. It is actually a really good contrast compared to these dark blue and almost like yellow brush strokes of the Leeds United Red Bull jerseys. But thanks again for people who are watching. This is Jonas Brasco with Up the Fulham. As it stands, the only live reaction watch along show with that actually supports Fulham FC. There are plenty of ones for Arsenal and others, but oh man. Sonderberg with a fun message to Calvert Lewin. I don't know if it's going to be. I'm glad that we're being more aggressive, but I really, really want us to hold the ball, and that's still not happening. Leeds gets it at around midfield. Okafor making a nice run. Calvin Lewin is waiting in the center. Get into the box. Fulham having a Keystone Cops moment. Leno, despite everything, has been man of the match last week. Well, not last week, but last game against Chelsea. Even though he allowed 2 goals, it's still mm, not much to really, really write home about. We are slowly approaching the 30th minute. And once again, there's no score in this one. Fulham, and I am checking just to verify because I don't believe they've even gotten a shot on goal yet, which would be nice. And even though the chat is not showing up on the screen, there is an active chat with the rules. Feel free to join. Newcastle still up 1-0 on Wolves, as well as Bournemouth still up 1-0 in their matchup. Everton, Aston Villa, there is no score there yet. And since we are approaching the 31st minute, I will be quiet and have some applause for Becco Lewis. Thank you. We're back. Really not much happening. Leno boots the ball. Muniz gets to it, but again, it goes back to the Leeds United defense. Darlow boots it away. Still in Fulham's half of the field. There is a push. It looks like a foul on Okafor. And if you are watching, the clouds there are for Becca Lewis. Both the Leeds fans and the Fulham fans are clapping. Thank you very much. Andreasen tries to get it out. Sandberg gets it to Bassi. No, not Bassi. Iwobi. Iwobi's a little bit further back. Anderson. And there's another foul. And it was on, and I believe, yes, it was against, yes, Stotch, who's already on a yellow card, needs to be careful. Knocks down the youngster Josh King. And now it's going to be a free kick with Harry Wilson and Sasha Lukic over it. As you see, we are at 30. I know that since I am watching online on a stream, nothing that comes from that free kick. Back to the keeper. And I am just checking something real quick, as there is not. I need to make sure that I'm being heard. I am seeing some of the watch alongs currently, and it looks like it's going to. It looks like that slight error. And I don't know if anyone else is having issues their with their feed, but as it stands, it does not seem to be functioning correctly on mine. So I will do my best to keep up via FOTMob. As we are still at no score, running into the 37th minute. Again, the possession for Fulham, nothing. 42% to 58%. With this being said, the problem is, again, no shots on goal, no shots whatsoever. The passing has not been bad, but it's still few. But 7 fouls committed and only one corner. If you're a Fulham fan, this is what's been the issue this season compared to previous seasons. And not that he was so great at possessing the ball. This is one of those things that makes you miss Andreas Pereira. He was at least in the middle. He was aggressive. I used to have and I kid you not, I used to have an Andreas Pereira foul counter actually, where the purpose was it kept track of fouls by Andreas Pereira. And again, I'm just checking my volume. There may be a slight echo, but there is audio, and I can confirm that. And I just may not be the person to talk about on this. We are at the. I don't know where I'm go. I don't know where this is happening because it's just a throw in for Leeds. They're finding a way to just hold on to the ball. And they have a shot on target. Leeds does have a shot on target. Fulham is just not able to figure out what they can do to hold on to the ball and maybe get a shot. If you want to shoot, you're going to have to hold on to the ball, and that's just not happening. Again, another throw in. Leeds still kicking possession. Anderson's able to keep it back, but Leeds is in the box again. A header, and Muniz gets to it as well. He's able to clear it, and offsides by Leeds. In fact, that is literally one of the very few things Fulham has not done yet is have an offsides. But again, not something to brag about if you're not able to get the ball. It's not something to brag about if you cannot get the ball. Whew. I swear. And I'm not trying to get too frustrated, but that is what is getting me right now. Is that it's just not getting the ball. And I wish I wasn't constantly saying this, but and yeah, that's what's irking. That is exactly what's irking me. Is that we're not finding a way to possess the ball. Well, the meter is 58-42. No shots whatsoever, no shots on goal. And if Leeds does, I don't think so, but if Leeds does score first, it would be well deserved. I'm not even sugarcoating that. It would be a well deserved. The defense is clearing it off. Gudmundsson is making it happen. I mean, they're just the defense. The defensive structure for Leeds has been solid. They're just not letting Fulham get into the box, and it's hard because we're in the 42th minute. Still, no shots on goal, no shots, no targets, 7 fouls, 1 corner. The only thing Stott and okay. That was a little bit better. I don't know if that's gonna count as a shot on goal. I mean, as a shot. Forget shot on goal, as a shot. A foul by Fulham, and it just looks like if it's was it Sanderberg? Yeah, Sanderberg just holds on to Calvin Lewin, and that's where we're at. It's gonna be a free kick. The goalie's gonna take it. For the people who are watching, once again, thank you for watching. This is just, and there would be a foul. Leno gets to it. I'm checking the replay because it's a good free kick. But I think that is offsides. Shot outside the box. Not a bad shot either. It just sails. It sails over the goal. I don't know if Leno got a fingertip on it. He may have gotten a fingertip because it's off the bar. I don't know. Yes, it doesn't look like it's going to count as a save, but that was off the bar. That was very close, and that was definitely Leeds' best chance of the match so far. And I don't think anyone's going to argue that Leeds has been dominating this game. I've mentioned the scores earlier, but all of them are still the same. As we're going in a half, for most of these games, Bournemouth's still up on Brighton 1-0. Crystal Palace, Sunderland, no score. Everton, Aston Villa, no score. Leeds, Fulham, of course, no score. Looked like a break. Just the speed wasn't there. I more or less am expecting Kevin to come in for the second half. And just so we can see what they're working with on the bench, you got Jimenez, Tom Carney, Traore, Castagna, Kevin, Lecomte. Hopefully, we will not see Lecomte. If we ever see him, hopefully it's the Cambridge game. It's just the Cambridge game. Diop, who wasn't sure if he was even going to be in the game. He had a knock, but he's in. I mean, he's going to be there. Smith Rowe, and of course Anthony Robinson, the American, who should be okay because he did not play in either the two friendlies the U.S. national team had, as well as on the lead side. Aronson didn't play either. He last time he had a match for the U.S. national team. It was the game where they were knocked out in the Gold Cup by Mexico. Once again, for all those who are watching, I want to say thanks. They have not indicated the amount of stoppage time yet. Yeah, there's no stoppage time. There were no substitutions. No one was injured. No goals that had happened. I'm by no means am surprised that this has gone to halftime, and there is nothing really to say about this. It was just not. We should. I won't even say that we should be down. I'm just gonna say that I'm not surprised that we didn't score. I'm not surprised. We. I'm not surprised where we're at. I guess is the best way I can say it. As the things stand right now, if Fulham is going to score, it looks like it's going to have to be on a set piece. And no one, if you're a Fulham fan, that is a scary thought. That this may be how Fulham gets a chance is by a set piece. And no one wants that. No one trusts that. Well, we got a chance. Let's head up to the staff to the stats because this is it. As you see, there is absolutely nothing to write home about. 58% possession, no shots. I mean, 42%, no total shots, no shots on goal, 10 fouls, one corner, no offsides. There's just nothing. There's nothing there. There's absolutely nothing there. And I don't know what to tell. I don't really know what to say going into the second half. If you're a Fulham fan, there's just this like, what am I watching? What am I watching? Why is there nothing there? Why is there absolutely nothing there going into the half? Look, I please chat enlighten me. Just enlighten me. What what should we be expecting from the second half? We know Kevin is coming in. We know Anthony Robinson should be in there. I know he's not fully healthy, but I think you got to put Robinson in. You got to put Smith Rowe in. You got to get Tom Carney in. You got to get Jimenez in. And Kevin. Those are my five subs right there. Jimenez, Carney, Kevin, Smith Rowe, Robinson. If you're Leeds, you're not in a bad position. You really are not in a bad position, and I think I would not be surprised. As things stand now, I would not be surprised if Leeds was able to take this. And as things stand, the only reason we're currently out of the relegation place and we're in 17th is because West Ham and Spurs haven't played yet. I'm going to take I got to take a quick breather because this has been hard to watch. I'm going to take a quick breather. I want to thank everyone who has hopped in and watched. This is just I don't know what to think. No score, which if you're Fulham, we should really be lucky about that. I'm gonna pop on the screen. These are the remaining games that are scheduled to be streamed this month. We're gonna have the Brentford game. Oh, I need to rechange that time. That should be the 20th of September, and then at Villa Park on the 28th. And that game is a Sunday. So we're gonna make some quick adjustments. I want to thank everyone who has been here so far. Once again, this is Jonas Brasco. As things stand, It's Fulham nil, Leeds United nil. Second half. I'll be back with the second half in about 7 minutes. All right, second half has started. We are kicking off. This has not been. I don't know what to think of that first half. I really don't know what to think of that first half. All I can say is it can only go up from here, right? It can only get better from here. At least that's what I'm telling myself. Right now, that's what I'm telling myself is that it can only get better from here as we're kicking off the second half. There hasn't been any scores. It is not. I would like to pretend like that first half didn't happen, and hopefully we can run something. mm, We can have a better second half, a much much better second half. No changes, no changes to the lineup right now, and fans are coming back. It's come on Fulham. The weather, as always, this is London in the rain. Leeds with this nice block. Sessignon is, I think that was Sessignon with the block. No, that was Josh King. Again, this kid has been great. I wish we can make something happen there with lineup. It's no changes yet with the lineup on both ends. One thing to keep in mind is Staunch still has the only yellow card of the game so far. Statch has the only yellow card of the game so far. So we need to see Awobi. Looks like he took a knock. He's jumping a little bit of a, I don't know, if a little bit of a flitch. Longstaff goes over, says he's doing okay. Once again, oh, in the box, Leeds is able to slip it through. Still not able to control the ball. Fulham is just not able to keep possession. Calvin Lewin tried to get on the ball. Leno gets it out. There's a push. It looks like it was. Looks like it was Gudmundsson with a push. Spot kick. Again, we're gonna have. Amazingly enough, there has been no red cards for Fulham so far this season, and it would be nice to keep it that way. One of the reasons is, of course, there is no Andres Pereira crossed into the box, but there was no one there for Fulham to even get to it. We're wondering still when that Kevin guy is going to show up, and hopefully this is going to happen. Something will happen within, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's somewhere around the 60th, 65th, or even 70th minute at late for Marcus Silva, especially if this game is still 0-0 or 1-0 Leeds United. Because right now, I don't know how Fulham can move forward. There is nothing happening that is making them feel like they can move forward with the ball. But there is a cross into the box. Longstaff gets out of the way. It heads back. Once again, this lineup for Fulham is Leno, Tete, Anderson, Bassi, Sessignon, Lukic, Sanderberg, Harry Wilson, King, Awobi, and Rodrigo Muniz. Harrison Reed is not in the lineup this time because they had to make room for Kevin. Now, those two people we have not talked about, the ones on loan, are not that we got in from loan, and I'm going to bring up my Excel spreadsheet again. Jonah Asare and Samuel Chukwueze from AC Milan. Neither of them are featured in this game. They are both forwards. So you're going to see what happens from here. And luckily, I have this down low enough that this should not be an issue. There's just still nothing happening. At least not on the Fulham end. Not on the Fulham end. But Awobi pushed out, and Awobi's a big guy. Awobi's not small, and he's just okay. That's not what you need. You do not. That's not what you need. I know you're frustrated, Awobi, but you do not need to throw Bogley down. It's just you can tell the frustration, and Bogley gets in front. Awobi just throws him down to the ground. And he's limping. I'm not. I mean, I'm surprised he didn't get a yellow card for that. I honestly am surprised there was no yellow card, but there's just nothing. There's nothing just indicating that there is that that something's happening. That there's I don't know. I just don't know. There's nothing more I can say except I just don't know where this is gonna come from. A nil-nil score would be appropriate, but I'm hoping Fulham just finds something. Once again, Leeds is just doing a great job holding on to the ball. And there's just Leeds is doing a great job holding on to the ball. There is nothing more I can say about that. Bagley gets towards the middle. Like I said, wait, oh, they're calling. It looks like there may have been a handball. It may have been a handball by Fulham. Let's see what's about to happen here. Yeah, that's all ball. There is no penalty there. That's kicked out. Okafor, for what it is worth, has definitely has this. Hopefully VAR is not going to call this back. There was, as far as I'm concerned, that has sadly been the man of the match in full of matches is not even any of the players. It has been VAR. Just trying to bring the ball down, get something happening. That's going to be out of bounds, and it's going to be a throw in. It's out of bounds. I thought was off a Leeds player, but Sessegnon's going to throw this in. Again, possession not working. Bassey just trying to find someone. Bassey looks like they went down, but didn't. Harry Wilson. Yeah, it's just all these interceptions. Mhm. Lots of interceptions. There's just nothing. There's nothing there. There is nothing there for Fulham right now. There's a break shot at on goal. Bogley he's just doing a great job coming down the left, coming down that right hand side, applying pressure. Yes, it's an easy save for Leno, but no one is good doing a good job putting pressure on him. Not even it's not even so much marking, just putting pressure on Bogley. Meantime, off the corner, Awobi is gets it into the box, but there's no one there to receive it. Goes back out to Bassey. Bassey. Back to Bassey. Josh King. I want to say keep the kid in, but it's just he's not getting any opportunities. There is nothing. There are no opportunities whatsoever for Josh King in this match. That's a handball. That is a handball by Leeds, but Leeds is still in possession. They still possess the ball. It looked like it was the forearm, but it is still a handball. In the meantime, Leeds with the ball gets past the ref. Leeds loses possession. Leno picks it up, but who does Leno get the ball to? And it's not even so much a counter. It's just that once again, Leeds is just not giving Fulham a chance to shoot. Again, another interception. Bogley gets in front, and it's just the stats keep going up. The stats keep going up for Leeds. Into the box, not even make it to the box. There's plenty of pressure. A foul finally is happening on Muniz. It looks like it was. Let me see who they are putting this on. Because it's not Calvin Lewin. Trying to see if it's number 5. It Strejic. Strejic with the foul. I mean, he's almost trying to lift up Muniz. And on that other side, it looked. I mean, on the other side, it looked like Longstaff was also putting some pressure. In the in the meantime, since not much else I can say, tape is there. Right now, Harry Wilson, on Lukic, and Anderson are all around the ball. The American Aronson is laying down on on the wall. Again, this can't be happening where Fulham is like where the score is going to happen. It's always no. Thank you for texting Samakonda. No, Kevin has not came on yet. I don't see him coming on until around the 65th minute. That is a great shot by Wilson. Better save by Darlow. Darlow just slaps it. I can't even be upset about that. He just slapped it out of the way. But no, Kevin has not come on yet. It's gonna be a corner for Fulham, and it looks like okay, knocked out of play by Leeds. They're just doing a. If nothing else, I hate saying it, but Leeds is doing. Yes, I'm fellow Fulham fan. Thank you. This is no, I did originally try streaming this on my own personal channel. That didn't seem to work. I finally learned how to do the brand thing, and it just goes right across. It looks like there was a chance for Sessignon. No, Sessignon wasn't near that. They'll probably show a replay, but no, I appreciate it. Hey, go for it. I've been struggling to get some. I have been struggling to make sure the stream is somewhat decent enough. I noticed right now I got some flashing with my camera, and it looks like there is going to be some substitutions. Exactly who I was thinking as far as looks like Emil Smith Rowe is going to come on. Josh King is coming off. I mean, I know he's not thrilled about it, but the kid wasn't able to get away from the Leeds United defenders. It was just frustrating. Hopefully you can hear me okay. Harry Wilson is coming off for Traore. We'll try to make some adjustments there. Again, I've had some audio problems in the past, so I apologize. So hopefully people can hear me. The crowd is crowd still believing. The come on Fulham signs are up. Bassey needs to pull up his pants. Please pull up your pants, Bassey. Sounds all good. I do appreciate it. But is the Friends of Fulham, is that a Facebook page or is that a Discord? I know you said it was a forum. Um, Again, if this goes well, I will definitely post more. I mean, I definitely will share it with more people. Of course, if you want to share it, feel free. I just kind of wanted to do a soft opening because the last thing I wanted is like a whole bunch of people jump on, and then just there's errors or things not working. So for that, I want to say thanks. Google OG Forum, quite a few American Fulham fans on there. They have supporter clubs, etc. Oh yeah, believe me. I know the feeling. I'm from the U.S. myself, and how I got into Fulham was actually off the old even though it's still up, the old Fulham USA forums off that site, and it looks like there's going to be a little crash there. Leeds, I don't believe, have made any substitutions yet. Not saying that they necessarily need to, but it's just there's not much I can not much I can really say about that. So let's make a couple of lineup changes because Traore came in for Harry Wilson, and Emil Smith Rowe came in for Joshua King. Which by no means I'm surprised. It just cannot think right as I am making those adjustments. Okay. Will be. Oh, my Traore did not. Yeah, okay. Traore and Smith Rowe, they both took. Again, Leeds have not made any moves yet. They haven't necessarily had to. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if Kevin is being saved around the 70th, 75th minute. I'm glad Silva did make some changes around the 60th minute. Leeds, I mean, again, they haven't had to go more defensive whatsoever. And for the sec, let's take a look at the at Leeds' bench. I don't even think they have to use anyone yet. Looks like there's going to be another ticket that's passed out, and it is going to. Yeah, I won't mention your channel until you're 100%. I do appreciate it. I am trying to get there, and it looks like, yeah, Okafor gets another yellow for Leeds. Leeds has two yellows right now. Fulham, I'm not expecting them to draw a yellow unless we actually score a goal. But no, I definitely appreciate it. For the most part, I'm ready. It's just that it really is just that I gotta get the webcam thing flicker. But there is a cross in the box, but there is no one there for Fulham to receive it. Traore came on late and couldn't get to the ball. And there's just because the cross is there, but it just goes straight. It literally just goes. It goes straight to Goodmanson. Uh, Goodmanson. It goes straight to Goodmanson and just no one there. Marco does make his subs late, but it's not Scott Parker late. Like, there's no like parking the bus Scott Parker subs late. But I also think if you're gonna put Kevin in, you have to put stuff around surround him with players that are gonna be able to work with him. I don't know how much they've gotten to work together due to the international break. Don't remind me of those times. I agree. But for those who were there, they you know how bad those times were. It's like you know how bad those times were, and there's just no other way to there's no other way to mention it. It was just bad to it was just bad to see. So the fact that Silva has made two subs already, Okafor just goes straight into the box and still not Stotch gets to it. It's like there's no one trying to scrap for the ball. There is no one trying to scrap for the ball, and that's frustrating to watch. Like a draw would be a fair result. A 1-0 Leeds win would be a deserved result for Leeds. They've definitely been the more aggressive team. Off the box, Bogle knocks it out. Sorry, Bogle knocks it out again, and now Leeds are starting to make substitutions. What are my thoughts about Smith Rowe? I'm still not sold for his price. I think Smith Rowe has. I think Smith Rowe has his moments. I think Smith Rowe has his moments. I think Harry Wilson has his moments. I think Muniz has his moments. But right now, I don't know. It's hard for me to give an opinion about one person on the team when this is everyone. What we're seeing now, everyone. I mean, it's like literally the only two people I'm not faulting are Josh King. The kid is still new. So I'm not as critical on him. Anderson, for the most part, has been solid in the back, but Awobi, Traore, Lukic, Sessignon, Bassi, all of those are really questionable. Are really questionable moments at this. And I will say this only because try. Okay, can we get to it? Traore actually gets to it. He's fighting. This is what we needed. He does the smart thing, gets it back out. Smith Rowe is completely surrounded. Ball goes into the box. Muziz gets to it. It's a shot. It's a header, and it's on goal. Finally, that literally may be the first freaking shot on goal. Oh no, I definitely miss Andre. I mean Pereira. I know why, but I know why. To be honest, I get that we got two forwards on loan, but I really would have liked to have seen another midfielder that could hold the ball. But look at that. We have two shots on target, and the possession has now gone back. The possession has now gone back to Fulham. Like this is like finally you possess the ball, you can get you can get shots. And Leeds has not had a shot on goal this half. No, scratch that. Leeds has had two shots on goal, one big chance, but still, Fulham much better. 63% possession in this half versus 37. Two shots on target. Leeds, three shots, two shots on target. We a corner, no offsides. Like this is a much better. It is a much better second half, but there's still just there. There still is that piece missing. The pieces are missing still to make something happen. And if there's any Leeds fans watching, I do apologize. I have been focused on. I know I've been focusing, but I'm just trying to see if you are, where do you go from here? Because if we're Fulham, I don't know. I honestly don't know. It is we're slowly creeping. We're slowly creeping in that 75th minute. We're slowly creeping to that 75th minute, and there is still no further change. While Leeds is going for it, they bring on two attackers, and I don't know. And I'm sorry that I keep saying I don't know, but that is really all I can say is I don't know. I don't know where it goes from here. So again, for any Leeds fans watching, I apologize. Substitutions are in for Leeds. This is current lineup. We're trying to. They're trying to say we're knocking on the door. And I really don't know where the door is. Now we're in the 76th minute. Again, no, it's definitely frustrating to watch, but I also don't know. Again, I don't know how long Kevin has had a chance to work with the team. I don't know if there was anything mentioned in the pregame. Um, but hey, asking you shall receive. Kevin is coming on. So it looks like Kevin's coming on. Finally. Yes, that exactly that. Finally. And it looks like he's coming in for a Wobie. And I mean, it's frustrating to say, but I think right now, not a moment too soon. And it's still it's weird. It's weird seeing that number 22, but maybe just maybe he can make that super sub debut. But man, I don't know so much of what Leeds did in the transfer window, but I do know this: they're bringing on another attacker. You know, once again, Leeds is going for it, and I don't blame them. Leeds is going for it, and I don't blame them. I don't blame them one bit because I don't. Again, they got nothing to lose, and it's the American who comes off for James. All right, all Leeds substitutions have been updated. Each team has two left. You know, seven, 78th minute. We're about to go into the 79th minute. Still, the deadlock has not been broken. On the other hand, Bournemouth 2-1 over Brighton, Crystal Palace, Sunderland, Everton, Aston Villa, Fulham, Leeds, all nil-nil. Newcastle still holding on to that 1-0 lead over Wolves. For those who watched that earlier game with Arsenal destroying Nottingham Forest, it is what it is. After this will be West Ham versus Tottenham. I will not be watching that. Brentford versus Chelsea. I definitely won't be watching that. And again, for people who care, tomorrow, of course, is the Manchester Derby, along with Burnley versus Liverpool. I may actually watch the Burnley Liverpool game. And of course, of course, now there is a Fulham yellow card. And I'm wondering, are they putting this on Sand? Okay, I think it is going to be on. Was that Sanderberg just running him over? Pretty much. I don't know. It wasn't malicious. It was. I mean, he definitely knocked him out, knocked him down, and it was somewhat impeding. But I don't know if I'm going to count that as a foul. Spot kick. Harrison is up there. It looks like it may be James who takes it. No, it's not James. Harrison takes it. Nothing happening. It's going to be a goal kick to Fulham. Actually, that was a little bit closer than I was expecting, so I stand corrected. That wasn't so much a bad attempt, it's just a misstep. Stats are popping up. Fulham better with the passes. And they definitely seem to be holding on to the ball a little bit more aggressively, but it's still going to be a goal. It's going to still be a spot kick for Leeds. Sessignon. I mean, first things first, whether I want to admit it or not, this has been a much better second half for Fulham compared to that first half. And for those who are curious, the run back is going to be on the 17th of January. So if you are disappointed in this game, hopefully the return fixture will be a little bit better. And with these, it looks like Muniz has got a little bit of a knock. I know people are. I mean, it was a big deal for Kevin to get in there, but I think you may have to consider: will I do these for every Fulham game if possible? Oh, that's not the wrong thing. If possible, I will. Let me bring down the ticker, and that's where I had this up. So unfortunately, I won't be able to do the EPL Cup game against Cambridge, but this is my remain. These are the remaining streams I have set for September. The one next week against Brentford, and then the game at Villa Park against Aston Villa. So right now, so that's what I got scheduled for the rest of the month. Because the Cambridge game is a midweek game, I won't be able to stream that one. But it looks like Sessignon got to it. Lukic tried to be fancy. Lukic should not be doing that. I get what he was going trying to do, and there was no one behind him. But Jimenez came in for Muniz, which was no surprise there. That needed to happen. And Sandberg is gone out for Tom Carney. Tom Carney's coming in. Basically, they did nearly all the subs that I thought they were going to have to do. Smith Rowe, Kevin, Traore. Uh, if nothing else, Traore needed to be in there just because he is a more aggressive player. I mean, not AK-47 aggressive, but still aggressive. Let's make our, and there's no, yeah, there's no denying that. And And Tom Carney, of course, is coming in came in for Sanderberg, which that will do it. That will do it for Fulham. This will be the lineup for the remainder of the match for them. And all of these happen before the well, I can't say before the 85th minute, but still, the fact is, at least it seems like we are going for it. Maybe there'll be some last minute magic. Leeds still has two subs left. I don't feel like they don't have to be aggressive, but I mean they've already been aggressive. That's literally all they've done is bring on three attackers. Fulham has done the same thing with two midfielders. And this is where I would feel like Smith Rowe may not be worth the money, because even though Smith Rowe, when he's in a great position, can score, he's not able to handle the ball like Tom Carney and even Harrison Reed. I think Harrison Reed can hold the ball better than Smith Rowe. But there is a player down for Leeds. I'm thinking compared to the first half, we because there were substitutions, I wouldn't be surprised if it's only 4 or 5 minutes of stoppage. Oh, you're not going to get any argument about Smith Rowe, runs like a linebacker. He's slow. Again, when he's in position for the ball, we're good. He can make something happen. But it's not like he's not the person that's going to run after the ball. He is the person that is going to be in position and then shoot. And it will either work or it won't. And and now Nonto came in for James, who came in at the 77th minute. So that's definitely a frustrating substitution for Leeds. So Leeds still has one left. We're now in the 90th minute. We're in the 90th minute. I don't again. Where's it going to come from? Who is going to make this happen? And thanks for the first like, Tete. Definitely with a foul. Mm. No, I okay. Syria, fair enough. I could see that. La Liga's maybe a little too La Liga maybe is a little too fast. But right now, and there it is right there. With the Fulham had the ball going down that left side. The only substitution I'm not thrilled about was Traore coming in. Everyone else I'm not surprised. And if I was going to And only because he doesn't get in the position that Smith Rowe gets in, I would have put Anthony Robinson. But Robinson just pretty much works on that left side. Like, that is really all he does. And because of that, the only person I would have switched him out would have been Traore. Oh, okay. This is a lot more stoppage time than I was expecting. That was a lot more stoppage time than I was expecting. They're putting 6 minutes of stoppage. And I don't know how I feel about. I almost felt like the goalkeeper just like slapped Jimenez straight in the head. As far as the other games going around the league, nothing has happened in those. All the scores are the same. Bortman still 2-1 on Brighton. Newcastle 1-0 on Wolves. Every other game is 0-0. I don't know if there's going to be any last second heroics here, but as things stand, I don't see either anything else happening. Leeds have put in all their attackers. All that's left, Tanaka midfield and Grieve midfield. Everyone else is defenders or the keeper. Same with Fulham. All that was left, Anthony Robinson, Diop, which I really was not expecting to be in this game, and Castagna. If I have to take anything away from this, is the fact that compared to the rest other teams in the league, Fulham for the most part is healthy. They are healthy. Into the box. Wow. That was an opportunity. That was a really good opportunity. Darlow again with the save. And finally, we get to see what the kid does. Kevin, great shot on goal, but still can't break the draw. Darlow, I want to say he got hands on that. Yeah, Darlow knocks it. It should be a corner. That was a really good shot. A way to let the fans know, hey, that's some of the stuff I can do. Shot on goal. There better not be a flag. There better not be a flag. I am waiting. I am not putting anything up until I know that there is not a flag. There better not be a flag. Oh, 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 oh. I feel bad for I kind of feel bad for what I'm about to do, but not really. I feel bad, but not really. Because this is going to be the first time I get to use this. All right. Everybody ready? All I can say there is you're teasing me, bro. What's happening? It was an own goal. It was an own goal. When I said, I literally, when I said, we don't know where the goals come from, you literally, there's nothing else I can say. We don't know where the goals are coming from. Goodmanson, own goal. I don't know how I feel about that, but you can't look a gift horse in the mouth. You can't. Mm, mm. It's official. Yes, it feels dirty but appropriate. We've had so much Fulhamish stuff that I am absolutely okay with this. I shouldn't be, but I'm okay with this. I'm absolute. I am absolutely okay with this. This is a. I think for those watching, it's like, oops, that's how it ends. 1-0 Fulham. Nasty. Yes, it was a cross. It was. It was indeed. It was a cross into the box. It's kicked back out, and Gunderson. He's trying to head the ball. He's trying to head the ball back out, but instead it's straight on. It's literally a straight shot towards the middle, left hand side. Barlow's out of place. Sorry, Darlow is out of place. Nothing that he can do about it. Nothing he can do about it. This game is over. It's ridiculous saying it, but this game is over. And with that, that's how this ends. You're right. It's dirty, but you wouldn't. But again, there was no one knew where the goals were going to come from. Albeit Kevin did a great job of getting in there, getting that one shot. Made the keeper. The keeper had to work in the second half. I don't think he again. I don't think he was expecting. I don't think he was expecting any of that. But yeah, they made the keeper work. It just was pressure, and then in the end, I know that the lead. I know Leeds is going to be kicking themselves. I know that. I know if you're watching this and you're a Leeds fan, I'm sorry. I really am because in the first half, definitely dominated this game. But Fulham was able to make it happen. But yeah, this is if you're Leeds, you're frustrated, you're kicking yourself because yes, You dominated this game. You had, I mean, yes, you weren't able to get it. You weren't able to get it in the net. I don't know who you call, and the weird thing is, I don't know who you call the man of the match on this. I really don't, because I don't want to say Leno. Leno definitely did the best he could, but I honestly don't know who you put the man of the match on, because ultimately, despite everything, oh, he's like, I just saw that was such a good. It really was. I really wish it. There is no way to say it. Is that was a really good own goal, and I want you and look at this. These stats, a much better second half for Fulham. They got the possession. They picked up on their shots. Same shots on goal. Yeah, they still made a lot. They still had a lot of They still had a lot of fouls. I mean, I'm not there. There was just yeah. There's no sugarcoating that. But still, a much better second half. I can't I can't sit here and be like Fulham deserved the win, but at least for today, there was a little bit of luck. I don't know if it's because of Becco Lewis in that 31st minute, but I do know, yeah, that I feel bad when you see own goals like that because it's like not only was it such a good own goal, but that literally was the best shot of the game. Outside of Kevin, outside of Kevin going for that far right corner, that was easily the best shot of the game. And I feel bad saying that, but it really was. So depending on where you're at next Saturday, for me in my area, it's a 3 o'clock kickoff. But for everyone who were watching, I want to say thanks. Wow. I mean, that a game where you didn't think anything was going to happen. And then all of a sudden, just something magical. Thank you for everyone who was watching. This is Up the Fulham with Jonas Brasco. I will see you next time. Enjoy the rest of your day.